NBA 2K18 tutorial number 75. Today we're going to focus on defensive settings and we're going to look at how to shut down the roll in pick and roll. So we're going to have a discussion of catch hedge and no attach versus no hedge with attach. So both are legit defensive options in 2K18, but today we're going to put a heavy emphasis on no hedge and with attach because I haven't really talked about that. So let's compare the two. So the ideal ball screen defense all year long has been catch hedge with no attach because this is good for most situations, but it does have clear weaknesses as I will show you here. So let's take a look at it one time in real time, and you can see this is a pick and roll between Melo and Antonio McDyess, and the catch hedge and no attach has completely shut this down, forces Melo to a tough shot, and we clean it up. So let's see the slow motion of this and why this works so well and has been working for all of you all year. So you can see the Malone is the screening defender. He's going to show on the hedge side and he's going to recover back to McDyess as AD catches up on ball. So this kills players like Curry, who's a shooter, because the hedge cancels his shooting, or LeBron or Melo, who likes to drive. You can see the drive is being shut down too. But the weakness to all of this is that, as you can see from the spacing of the hedge defense and the on-ball defense, a timely slip of McDyess or any screener will absolutely destroy this, okay? But obviously, Melo doesn't choose that here because he's Melo, so he's just gonna go. And that plays it right into our hands. We recover on ball, tough contested shot, get the rebound, lock up. So against a smarter player, they can pretty much play you for a fool if you do catch hedge and no attach, because look, you see me slip Kobe Bryant there? That's the doom of the catch hedge no attach defense. This will absolutely wreck it because at this point, this is a no-win situation for the defense ever. I can either get a dunk or open free on the wing, so this will completely wreck the defense, but not enough players are smart enough to do this to you, so you're gonna be okay. But you need an alternative. You need a counter, and what that is going to be no hedge and attach. And what this really, it's going to be like a two-part solution because not every handler is going to be LeBron or Curry, so you don't need the catch hedge and no attach. And obviously, if they kill you on the catch hedge and no attach, you're going to have to adjust, so you're going to use the no hedge with attach. And at the same time, if they like using the screener, no hedge and attach will shut that down. And you might be like, oh, why, Sam? But this is because if you set it to stay attached, it means the hedge defender will stay attached to the screener in the pick and roll. And if you set it to no hedge for the center, it means the hedge defender will drop down to defend against the drive. This means the screener is going to be completely taken out of the game because of the spacing of this defensive scheme. So you can take a look at it here. So focus on Malone, who is guarding the screener. Malone always stays between the screener and the basket. So watch the pick and roll develop, and you can see Malone, who is a computer defender, he just stays between the screener and the basket. So if there's a roll, Malone is just going to eat it. And if there's a fade, Malone is going to follow it, as you saw there. He's just going to stay in that distance. So we shut down the pick and roll to take a tough shot. We grab the rebound. Good defensive precision. So watch Bob Love in this case, who is the hedge defender. He is always impeding the screener's path to the basket. Nene is going to try to roll. Look at this Bob Love standing in between him. He's like, no, I'm not going to give you that roll. Because these defensive settings, the no hedge and the attach, just shuts this down. This takes the screener out of the game, guaranteed. But you gotta make sure you stay on ball though, right? Because you can see in all these clips, I'm literally playing the on-ball defense myself. So you're gonna leave the screen defense to the screen defender. You're gonna be okay. So, but the on-ball is gonna be good. Do it to your best of your ability. And if you can get it to this, that's the best situation. That's a good job. Now, if you slightly mess up on the on-ball, which you're bound to, no one's perfect, there's still hope. Because even though it's no hedge and stay attached, the defender is only going to do that to a certain point. So you can see the pick and roll develop here. Watch Malone blow up the screener's dive. So watch McDyess is going to roll off the screen and Malone just blocks his path to the basket. So yeah, this shuts down all rolls. And you can't really ask a better roll defense than this. Like Malone is literally tackling McDyess here. But as you can see, the driver is still coming in and my penny, messes up on the on-ball angle here. But you can see, because Malone notices that, he's still going to come help. Like, he's not going to stay attached forever. If a driver gets in the tank, Malone will help. So with our settings, Malone is literally multitasking. So that's all you can ask from an AI CPU defender, right? They throw up a very tough shot here. They make that, whatever. That's great defense by CPU Malone. That's amazing. So, and no hedge and with attach also kills guard-to-guard pick and fade. As you can see here, this is Kiki and Chauncey running that pick and fade. Watch Artest never leaves Kiki. So if my on-ball is solid with Beal here, which it was, this gets shut down. Like, there's no fade, there's no roll. Chauncey is pinned off by Beal. This is like locked down city. Like, you can't ask for a better result than this when someone is doing a guard-to-guard pick and roll, pick and fade on you, right? That's the best. So, no hedge and attached though also obviously has its own weakness. Its success rate is heavily reliant on your on-ball skills, as you saw in all those previous clips. Are you gonna kill the screener? Oh, heck yeah. But if you don't do that good on-ball D, it's gonna make it tougher for the screen defender to help you. So you can see Malone did a great job stopping the screener here as Abdul Rauf runs pick and roll. I do great on-ball defense here initially. Malone stops the screener, so this is shut down. But I lost the 1v1 battle here. As you can see, Abdul Rauf, he snatches back, he stops. I sag too deep with Stockton, and he does a pull-up. But Malone this entire time has been doing a great job. He even gets box-out position. So that's great stuff by the screen defender. So on-ball defense is what's going to hold this scheme together. So you can kind of mess up a little bit, but don't fully mess up. So here, I fully mess up with Stockton. I just ran, assuming there's a drive. But Fat Lever here makes a terrible pass, so Penny is in the perfect position to stop the screener and catch the roll pass. Perfect screen defense, but Penny just choked and just looked at the ball, so that's nobody's fault. That's AI fault, but that's okay. Penny is a bad defender. It happens. But the scheme was excellent, even though I screwed up the on-ball defense. So you can see, in this clip, I have decided to give up a pull-up free, because it's a calculated gamble. I figure it's too far, so I'm just going to go under. But you can see Malone completely shuts down the roll. He's not going to give up the roll. He's not going to give up the fade because of the no hedge and attach. I recover with Stockton, pick off Abdul Rauf. But this is my fault on ball again. I got beat on his second move. But you can see Malone already stopped the initial roll, and he's pinning the guy in the paint. And now he's going to come and help and make cleanup for my mistake. So AI Malone did all he could. The problem was mine. But I'm still able to switch to Malone, contest the shot, force a miss. And we pinned him off in here. So that's good enough. That's excellent screener defense. But if you do terrible on ball, like I showed you earlier, the hedge defender will always come. It is no hedge and stay attached, but if you get completely beat, like I did here, you can see Malone slides over to Alex English. You can see Malone is focusing on English now. He's not focusing on the screener. So I switched to Malone myself, and I picked off English. So that's pretty good considering how bad the on-ball defense went. But the screener position is still excellent. And obviously, because of the stay attached, it means there's going to be late hedge help. So on-ball becomes crucial. So I got beat by build-up. So BO is still on. You can see Malone already stopped the roll, but he still kind of come help. I was able to slide over onto build-ups. If I did the on-ball a little bit better, Malone would have blocked this because he's in such good position even though I was late on the on-ball. Malone ends up fouling Chauncey here, but that's kind of on me for not playing better on-ball angle. But that's still good news because the hedge defender is still there in good position. So essentially, in terms of application concerns, the no hedge and attached settings is pretty much for players if you're playing against them. If they love to use the screeners, guys that just like to use the roller or the fade and they don't really know how to use the handler to score, yeah, those guys. Use this. This will kill them. I have a buddy that only likes to roll. This shuts him down and he just gives up. And obviously, you're also going to deal with if the player doesn't like pulling up from deep, this is also an excellent setting. So against someone like Curry, who pulls up, not the best idea. But if you're guarding someone like, let's say, Dwayne Wade, this will be great. It will shut down the roll and the drive. So, obviously, you can't run the scheme, like I said, for someone who pulls up for free. But Alex English is not the greatest pull-up free shooter. So here, I give him the shot. I go under. You can see because Malone would never step up. There's no hedge because obviously no hedge, right? And there's no hedge with stay attached. So Malone is definitely not going to hedge and help you on the driver if you lose him. Unless you do really bad, Malone will help once he gets in the paint. But you can see here, the no hedge and stay attached work great against English and McDice. No roll, no shot. They swing the ball to Melo. And here, there's a bad on-ball by my AD here. So bad on-ball when you're doing this is always a wrap because you have no hedge help. So you see they're running a double screen. There's no hedge help on either side. So if AD doesn't catch up and slow Melo down, the hedge defense can't recover. So this is a disaster because it's going to be a Melo pull-up out of the double screen. Luckily, I was able to recover as our test. With AD. So on-ball still helps, but just remember, you got to get that on-ball. So make sure you choose the correct pick and roll scheme according to the matchup you're facing or what the other guy likes to do. Because some players, even though they have good shooters or good any of that, they just get so used to using the roll and the fade. If you catch that tendency of them and you use this, it will kill them. It will shut it all down. And the only absolute defense in 2K is the right stick contest. So you guys gotta do it. Let me show you some clips. Sometimes the right stick contest is gonna make you feel like it's not enough. You can see here, I'm completely right stick contesting this with AD on Carmelo. Like, I'm all over that. And he hits it. So that kind of discourages you. But don't be discouraged, because then you're going to sag into the human nature that you want to jump, because you think if you jump, you can block everything like I do here. You'll be like, oh, I want to do this every time. But you can't. You're going to get fouls. And the right stick contest over time is going to pay off. Like that other shot he made, they're just lucky. Like, I do it here again. Block. That's a right stick block. Artest gives me the correct animation. And you can see it in these clips time and time again. Right stick contest is enough. I jump. I miss. Right stick contest is too good. So why did I jump in the first place? Because I can jump and recover a right stick. So why bother jumping? You can see here, that's a good clean right stick contest. Shuts it down. There's no foul. You get to stay in position. They can't blow by you afterwards if you do right stick. So no matter which pick and roll scheme you use, if you're going to contest the shot, which you're always going to end up to one way or the other, really, you gotta be able to use it. Look at the right stick. Like, just use the right stick. Don't jump. Please, nobody jump. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This is pretty much the new defensive settings I mean to show you guys, because over time what's going to happen is we're going to start having specific pick and roll defensive setting matchups to, you know, specific duos. So we're not going to have universal pick and roll defensive settings where I'm just telling you to go catch hedge and no attach on everybody. We're going to start doing these things specifically. So today I showed you the no hedge and no attach, right? So we're going to be applying that specifically against teams that have different kind of rollers, different kind of players. So different players require different schemes. And you'd be like, Sam, how am I supposed to have enough time in the defensive settings to do this? Don't worry, you do. Because you guys know you can change defensive settings in timeout, right? Well, you guys know that, right? Let me know in the comment section. Do you guys know you can change defensive settings in the timeout screen? Like, you should still do them at the beginning of the game, but you can actually make adjustment to your defensive settings during any timeouts you call or your opponent calls without using the 2-minute online clock. You guys knew that, right? If you didn't know that, let me know in the comment section. Do I need to make a tutorial on how to do that? If you need me to make a tutorial, or at least mention it in the next defensive settings tutorial on how to do that, please let me know. Because I don't really remember if I taught you guys that or not, because I always knew it was there. Did I teach you guys that? Someone remind me. It's been 75 tutorials, so I don't remember everything. I remember most things, but did I talk about that? Let me know in the comment section. And if you didn't know you could do that, let me know so that I know I didn't talk about it. Because, yeah, you can change defensive settings during your timeouts. Every timeout. Like, all 6 timeouts, you can change your defensive settings without using online clock. Anyways, these are the defensive settings. Let me know how you feel about them. Use them, because you need to use these. These are meant to be adjustable. Like, you don't do catch, hedge, and over and no attach for a whole game. Like, I just been teaching that because, you know, you gotta teach the basics. We're gonna get really advanced over time with these. Alright? As always, thanks for coming. I'll see all of you next time.